Shalom Aleichem. Mishnah Yomi is continuing in the second parak of Rosh Hashanah at Mishnah Zion on this, the first day of Elul, and the second day of Rosh Chodesh Elul. We'll actually get to that today in the Mishnah. Mishnah Zion, Rosh Beit Din Omer Mikudash. The head of the court says sanctified. This is after they've examined the witnesses, accepted their testimony properly. V'chola am oni nacharav, and everyone there answers after him, Mikudash, Mikudash. It is sanctified, it is sanctified. This is actually based on psukim, as the Rav Bartenura explains, V'daber Moshe et Moedei Hashem, Mikon Shorosh Beit Din Omer Mikudash, because Moshe Rabbeinu was the head of the Beis Din back then, so he has to say it. And then, actually, there's an interesting drush here. Moedei Hashem Asher Tikru Otam, but Moadam, but Otam is actually read Atem. It's spelled like Atem, like Aleph, Tav, Mem. So Atem, so that you call out, that not just Moshe, but the people there, they also call out Mikudash, Mikudash. And the Mishnah continues, Bein Shenire Bismano, Bein Shalo Nire Bismano. So whether the moon appears in its time, or it does not appear in its time. So if it appears the evening of the 30th day of the month, it's still daytime, so now the 30th day is Rosh Chodesh, as we had yesterday, and the first day of the following month is also Rosh Chodesh. And it not seeing on its time, meaning it's 31 days since the start of the previous month, so that 31st day, even if you didn't see the moon, you know it's the new month, because as you mentioned, in the Jewish calendar, months are either 29 or 30 days. So once you've reached day 31 from the previous Rosh Chodesh, you know it's really day 1 of the new Chodesh. So whether or not you see the moon on day 30 or 31 from the previous, Mekadshin Oto, you proclaim it, Kodesh, Mekudash, Rosh Chodesh. Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Tzadok Omer, he disagrees. Im lo nire bismano, if you didn't see it on day 30, ein Mekadshin Oto, you don't have to declare it Kadosh, Shekvar Kidshu Shemayim, because the heavens have already sanctified it. That might be a double entendre there, because literally in heaven they didn't show you the moon, but so the next day is Rosh Chodesh, or it should be Hashem wanted it to be like that. So today, for example, since it's 31 days since Rosh Chodesh Av, if we did not have a fixed calendar, we were relying on the witnesses and the high court. So today would definitely be Rosh Chodesh, even if we did not see a new moon yesterday. If we saw a new moon yesterday, then yesterday and today would be Rosh Chodesh. Let's get on to Mishnah Chet. Very interesting Mishnah. Demut Tsurot Levanot Hayolo Rabban Gamliel. So Rabban Gamliel made these shapes of the moon on the table, on the wall, like he made tables of moon shapes to help the witnesses. Ubekoto waliyato, and on the wall in his attic. Shebahem Mariat Hedyot Omer. He could show the Hedyot. The people who are less educated, less able to understand the appearance of the moon. We're talking about the witnesses. He's showing the witnesses the shapes, and he can say, "Hakazei reita o kazei." Did you see like shape A or like shape B? So he could test the witnesses visually by showing him these pictures and asking which shape it looked like when they saw the moon. There was a time when two witnesses came and they said, Reinuhu shacharit b'mizrach. We saw it in the morning time, it was in the east. Uve'arvit b'marav. But then in the evening time of the same day, the moon was already in the west. Now this is actually impossible in a celestial sense. The moon can't go to the other side of the horizon. Amar Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, Eidei Sheker Hem. Rabbi Yochanan says it's got to be they're lying. This is Eidei Sheker. We can't accept this testimony. Kishabal Yavne Kiblan Rabban Gamliel. When they came to Yavne, Yavne is one of the places the Sanhedrin, the High Court, went into exile after the destruction of Yerushalayim. Rabban Gamliel actually accepted this as reliable testimony. The Gemara explains, really, he accepted the testimony about one of their sightings, but assumed that the other one, they saw a UFO or a cloud or some smoke or something that was a non-moon object. Now the Mishnah brings another example, something like this. Another time two witnesses came and they said, Rinuhu bismano, we saw it in the right time, ubolel iburo lo nira. But at the night of its fullness, lo nira, we didn't see it at all. Meaning the next night, which is the 31st day from the previous Rosh Chodesh, they didn't see it. So did they see it on the 30th, big enough, and then they shouldn't have seen it at all the next night? Seems contraindicated because it should be even easier to see on the next night. The Kiblon, Rabban Gamliel, and again, Rabban Gamliel accepted this as reliable testimony. The Bartner explains that his calculations indicated that it was probably visible the night of the 30th already. It was probably Rosh Chodesh already then, and that the fact that no one saw it the 31st, it could be cloudy, it could be other issues. Amar Rabbi Dosa ben Harkinis, Eile Shekeren. He says this can't be true testimony. We can't accept it. How could they testify that a woman is given birth? And then you see this woman the next day that they testified about, and she still has the complete pregnant belly. What Ridos is getting at is you can't say that you saw the new moon on yesterday and then no one saw it at all today. It should be even easier for it to see. Amar Rabbi Yeshua, Roe Aniyat Devrecha. Rabbi Yeshua said, I see your words, meaning I agree to your words. Ridos said that this was false testimony. So we're going to see in the following Mishnah, this caused a problem since Rabbi Yeshua, one of the Gedolei Ador, one of the big, tremendously respected Rebbeim of the time, agreed with Rabbi Dosa, whereas Rabban Gamliel had accepted this testimony and not dismissed it as being false. We're going to see the fallout of that tomorrow, Bezrat Hashem. Stay tuned.